Hello friends, I'm back. My name is Alok Kumar, an educator at Unacademy. You can please follow me on Unacademy learning app where you'll find my other courses around digital marketing and entrepreneurship. Please do not forget to rate, review and share my courses, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. This particular course is about writing killer content for your About Us page. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. So participants, as I have already discussed that this particular lesson is about writing great killer about us page. So participants, what is about us page? Whether you are building your own website or just browsing for information on a business, organization or individual, the about us page is vital part of every website or blog. Why? Because it's usually one of the first destinations where visitors will click when arriving at your website, right? So basically, participants, if you are a big company or small company, you may be a public sector or a family owned business, write everything. How long have you been in business? Where are you based? What makes your company special? What are your core values? Why should I buy from you, not from your competitor? So basically your about us page should contain all these things. So the first tip is don't exaggerate, stick to facts. When writing your about us page, you do not want to say the same things that appear on your homepage. A long detailed historical summary will bore the reader. You also do not want to sound like you are, bragging or boasting. So always remember that you have to find that middle ground. Much like a CV that you use to get a job, your About Us page is the place to talk about your specialty. Okay. Avoid bragging. Okay. Create a straightforward presentation about facts and figures. For example, tell people that why should they do business with you? What benefits your product and offerings will have? What are the values? If you can do it, then also quantify those benefits. Say how your offerings, help you in growing your productivity by 20%, or let's say, for example, X percentage. So always never hesitate wherever you get a chance to quantify the benefits, quantify it. The second most important tip is transfer trust. Now see, before the era of internet, when in the age of traditional marketing, people used to do business by meeting face to face. The prospective client or the prospect would talk with a salesperson or business owner to learn about the product or about the enterprise, and then take a decision. Of course, today it's not that. Today the scenario is completely different, right? Today, hardly the first meeting initiates through a face-to-face meeting. Today, a person takes a decision whether he or she should meet you or not by visiting your company's web About Us page. Okay, so it's important that, your About Us page should transfer that confidence and trust to your person, to your prospect, right? Always remember, for that reason, your About Us page must do more than just communicating what's special about your company's product and services. It should also inspire and transfer trust. Okay, because always remember, it is only the trust factor that will inspire someone to spend money on your product or service. The third tip is focus on reader's avatar. Okay, as you write your About Us page, just visualize your prospective customer. Who is your ideal reader? Is she a new mom with a baby, or an IT professional, or just a layman? Is he a senior citizen or a school-going guy? You can see how targeting each of these demographics would require would require a very different approach. Just like a television program is developed or designed with an audience in mind, so your About Us page must speak the language of your visitors that will resonate to their problems and challenges and their goals. The next tip is cater with best information. Okay, but when I'm talking about best information, it doesn't mean that you talk about everything. Never overload with information. Okay, consider what is important to your prospect. Make those facts most prominent in your About Us page. Okay, talk about your company's credentials, your licenses, your testimonials, awards. In that case, the customer will get engaged and will start getting that trust from you. Right? So the next tip is don't forget to tell your personal story. Generally, what happens, when a writer starts writing on About Us page, okay, generally, they write on behalf of a company or behalf of a group. Okay, always remember that you should approach and sit with the first person, sit with that entrepreneur, or sit with a group of leaders of that company, and talk about the situation, talk about their background, get as much as information that you can have from them. Now see, a corporate speak copy is boring. A visitor to your website wants to know a real human is behind this business. Be conversational in your copywriting, in writing your About Us page. Never ever hesitate to share the story that how you got the idea to develop that product. Okay, so the next tip is develop bonding. Now see, people want to connect with other people. Okay, that's easy to forget when writing a corporate website, but consider the incredible success of social networking platforms like Google+, Facebook or LinkedIn is only about building connection and developing a bonding. Okay, so you have to follow the same strategy. Your web page content should build that level of bonding with your readers. So participants, let's say for example, you have to tell, as you craft your About Us page, think about developing a bonding much as you might if you were meeting them in person. Okay, what do you think it's important for them? Try to know about them. Okay, how can you engage them? Okay, think what are the points that will actually help them to relate your prospects with your product and services. Enlighten them with your values and ethics. Values and ethics play a very crucial role. Your About Us page should be more than a corporate CV. It should describe who you are, explain your values, why the product or service you offer is important to you. If there's a charitable component to your business, this is a great place to mention it. One of my, I have seen multiple clients, who actually talk about the donations, talk about their activities about the social cause, and this particular kind of approach in writing the About Us page help them a lot in driving or grabbing more eyeballs. Use short paragraphs and bullet points. If you look into the write-ups of great writers, okay, you will see that they use very short paragraphs. Big paragraphs are boring. The trend is gone. Okay, if you see my articles on LinkedIn or somewhere else, you will see even my paragraphs are as short as 1 or 2 lines. So write short paragraphs. It keeps your readers engaged. Use bullet points. It makes your write-up more informative and more. It makes your write-up in a more arranged, more organized. So use short paragraphs and bullet points. Most important, mention your social and press mentions. Social proof is evidence that you are what you say you are. It can be powerful. It can be really a powerful motivator for your site visitors. Your About Us page can include sections such as awards and accolades and praise. It's perfectly appropriate to mention past achievements, provided that they are significant and relevant. Okay, you can always give the links of the press releases that were published on any third-party sites. That will actually help you to build that trust. So participants, these are some of the techniques and tricks that I would like to recommend to all those writers, business writers, those who have somehow, those who have somewhere and somehow faced some challenge in creating a great, attractive About Us page. So participants, if you think that this particular lesson is helpful to you, then please comment below. It will actually inspire me to build more and more courses for you, relevant to business writing and entrepreneurship. So participants, this is Alok Kumar signing out for now. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Thanks a lot.